Hey guys, I was asked to make a really quick Devastator build guide, so in this video we're going to go ahead and go over the stats, the gearing, all that stuff, the skill tree, everything, okay? And I'm going to try to get this done in under 10 minutes because I don't really want to waste your guys' time. So when it comes to stats, the first three stats you're going to want to focus on are Anomaly Power, Status Power, and Global Cooldown Reduction, okay? Anomaly Power is going to increase the damage of your skills and your bleed effect. And then status power is going to also increase the damage that your bleed effect does. Now global cooldown reduction, that's going to reduce the cooldown of your skills. This is going to go ahead and allow you to spam Earthquake and Gravity Leap and Impale a bit more, as well as also having access to Golem overall. Now when it comes to skills, just named them out: Earthquake, Golem, Gravity Leap, and then with Gravity Leap you can swap this out for Impale depending on what build you want to go for. I'll go ahead and show you both builds a little later in the video. When it comes to the skill tree, pretty straightforward. We're going to want to go ahead and pick up Rejuvenation, Endless Tremors, Unending Watch, Paladin, Pure Anomaly, Endless Tremors again, Executioner, Bloodbath, Blood Donation, Protected by the Anomaly, Skilled Sentry, Pure Anomaly, Bloodbath, and Earth's Heritage. Now the reason why we're picking up Rejuvenation, pretty simple. If you go ahead and look at the stats again, you'll see that Skill Life Leech heals you for a percentage of the damage dealt by both anomaly damage and your status damage. So that means your bleeds and your skills are going to heal you for a percentage of the damage that they do. And then on top of that, since we're taking Blood Donation, you're going to go ahead and get the healing just from the bleeds themselves. So you're actually double dipping when it comes to bleeds. And then we're going to go ahead and pick up Endless Tremors. We're picking that up twice because we want a low cooldown on our seismic abilities. So this means Earthquake and Impale. We're going to be able to spam them a bit more, lower cooldown, higher damage, that sort of thing. When it comes to Unending Watch, the reason why we're picking this up is because we're picking up Paladin. Paladin is going to turn Golem into not only the defensive cooldown, but an offensive cooldown. So we're going to go ahead and pick up Unending Watch to allow us to boost our damage a bit more throughout the fight, as well as have access to that defensive a bit more. Then when it comes to resistance piercing, we're going to go ahead and pick up Pure Anomaly twice. The reason why is the more resistance piercing that our abilities ignore, as you can see in the stat here, the more resistance our abilities ignore, the more damage we do to that enemy. So it's just really increasing the amount of damage that our our skills are doing. So Earthquake is going to do more damage, Impale and Gravity Leap are going to deal more damage. Then we're going to pick up Executioner. This is just a raw 20% damage increase to targets that are below 30 HP. This is going to be really helpful on bosses. You're going to want to pick that up. And then when it comes to Bloodbath, we're going to go ahead and pick both of these up for a total of 60% more damage coming from our bleeds. Then we're going to go ahead and pick up Protected by the Anomaly. This is going to increase our armor by 40% of our anomaly power. Our anomaly power is going to be really, really high, so our armor is naturally going to be crazy high as well. And then we're going to pick up Skilled Sentry. This is going to go ahead and increase our armor and resistance by 20% for 10 seconds after we activate an ability. The best way to use this is to not even worry about it and just spam your abilities, because since Earthquake is an instant cast, every time you use it, you're getting that 10 seconds of increase to armor and resistance. So we're just picking this up because it's damn near a passive at this point. When it comes to Pure Anomaly, or no, we already went over that, I'm sorry. When it comes to Earth's Heritage, seismic damage increase, Earthquake and Impale, they're going to be doing way more damage. This is something that you're going to have to pick up. Make sure you get it. It's amazing. Now, when it comes to gear, we'll go over the legendaries first that you're going to need. You're going to need, if you want to use both Impale and Gravity Leap, you're going to need 2 Seismic Commander headpieces, 2 Seismic Commander armor pieces, or chest pieces, and 1 pair of Seismic Commander legs, as well as the Seismic Commander boots. And you're also going to need the Martial boots and the Martial gloves. Now once you obtain all that, you're going to go ahead and want to equip the Seismic Commander headpiece, Seismic Commander chest piece, and Seismic Commander legs. And then when the RNG really comes into it is with the gloves and the boots. You're going to need best in slot stats on both a pair of epic gloves and a pair of epic boots. RNG is really a bitch, so good luck with that. But once you get that, you're going to have your 3 legendaries here, your 2 epics here, which means you'll have the set bonus. You're going to deal 50% more damage towards enemies that are bleeding. Now, as you can see, when it comes to mods, we have Earthquake in almost every single piece of gear. The only piece that we don't have it in is our legs. Now, the way that I set this up is I tried to mimic the legendary pieces as best as possible. So as you can see, I have the chest piece, I have the legs, but I don't have the helmet. The helmet is actually going to come with Bloodshock in the second slot. So for the Gravity Leap build, you're simply going to replace the tier 3 mod that it comes with double jump. Okay. Then for the armor piece, we replace its tier 3 mod with Despair. And then when it comes to the leg piece, we're going to replace the second mod that it comes with Human Comet. The gloves, this comes down to RNG. You're going to want either Ground Crush or Extra Quake on your gloves. If you have Ground Crush, you're going to want to go ahead and either slot in Captain Hunter or Second Quake. If it has Extra Quake, then you're going to want to go ahead and slot in Captain Hunter or Extra Quake. And then the same thing for the boots, you're going to do with the gloves. So, same thing. Now, when it comes to guns, or I'm sorry, let's go ahead and go over the Impale build. Almost forgot. When it comes to the Impale build, all you're really doing is you're leaving in the tier 3 mods that came on the armor piece, or the chest piece and headpiece. And then you're replacing Human Comet with Impale's damage increase mod. And then that's really it for the Impale and Gravity Leap build. When it comes to guns, pretty straightforward. You can use whatever you really want, but I recommend you go ahead and pick up the Juggler and the Molten Idola, and you go ahead and try and get your hands on the Darkness Charmer for the Grand Opening mod, and I believe it's the Death Shield shotgun for the Fortress mod. With these mods on these weapons, you're going to have some crazy damage. The Juggler is going to be able to clear groups like it's nothing. I melt bosses. I mean, it's not going to melt them like a Technomancer, but it does pretty well. The Molten Idola, the reason why I have Grand Opening on this is because of the fact that snipers are a pain in the ass in this game, and this gun allows me to counter them pretty well. So I'll leave a link down in the description to a Boomtown run of mine that'll show off the build, but it'll also show off what the Molten Idola can help you out with. At the start, I go ahead and aim in, I shoot at one of the snipers, the Ravenous Locust spreads to the other sniper that's behind cover, right? So they both have a dot rolling, as well as the Grand Opening being an AoE mod. It's going to hit both of those guys, and it's going to kill them right off the bat, so I don't have to deal with them in that starter zone. The Juggler, the reason why we're picking up the Fortress mod is because this is increasing our overall damage. Now, you can make an argument that Stone Circle and Through the Mob are worth it because of the fact that it's going to increase the damage that Fortress is going to give you, right? Or it's going to increase your raw damage by a higher amount than if you hadn't have picked up those talents, right? But you don't really need it. You'd have to sacrifice something like Unending Watch or Rejuvenation or Paladin, right? You're going to have to sacrifice 2 of these talents. And I just think that a 45% increase to anomaly power is way better than, you know, an armor increase when you're in close range, right? So that's why I don't really care for the extra bit of damage that I'm losing out on. I already deal enough. So yeah, that is really it. If you have any questions or concerns, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'll try to get back to you as quickly as possible. This isn't the best guide, obviously, but I just wanted to go over it because somebody asked me to. And yeah, so that's really about it. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to check the description to see how the build plays out in a few of the expeditions. Thank you.